a care. That is for you.
Like they have for the last 3 seasons. My cars in the Xfinity Series incredible. So now it kind of lifts the weight off your shoulders a little bit, so you can continue to build. We at Roush Fenway Racing are looking forward to excited on what we can build on. We can build on this season. We can build on the relationship after the last 3 years. And beyond just announcing a deal, Advocare to me has been the perfect fit. It's something that I believe in, the business model, the product. I take the product in the race car. We have distributors out to the track. I'm able to walk over to the race car and show them inside the car and show are that I'm taking during the race. So it's not just a brand on the race car or a partner that helps us get to the racetrack, but it goes beyond that. So I really enjoy that relationship.
And you're racing in their backyard, so there's no pressure on you this weekend. Right?
No, none at all. So they're only about 45 minutes from here, from the home office, which is where I spent most of my day yesterday, going through and trying to pack up some boxes, and that's a lot harder than it looks. So they've got a crazy system with lights flashing everywhere, and I'm running around trying to load up a box to ship out, and those people are pretty talented to do all that stuff.
That's cool. We're going to open the floor up for questions. If you have a question for Trevor, please raise your hand. We will get a wireless mic to you. Questions for Trevor Bayne?
You guys don't have to take it super easy on me, okay?
We've got Daniel here.
Dale McFadden, NBC Sports. In the last race here, your team, you kind of took a gamble towards the end of the race that had things falling your way. You maybe could have gotten the win. How much did it gnaw at you that I think you were only a couple of laps away from getting a caution when that fell apart?
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. It always ends up that way, kind of like Martinsville last weekend. But we had a really fast race car here last time, and that's what put us in position. We were able to lead some laps, and we stayed out longer than the 78 car, and we're leading the race, waiting on the caution, and it never came. We pitted. 2 laps later, like you said, the caution comes out. So we feel like we had an easy top 5 car that day, and we finished 15th with it, so that's never what you want to do. But it was strictly based off strategy. By staying out for a long time, it put us behind, but we took the risk. We knew that with this chase format, if you got to win early in the season, it'd really set you up well. So we took a risk on it, but I think you have to have a fast car to be able to do those kind of things, and we did. And here today in practice, we seem to have some speed again, so I'm looking forward to this weekend.
We're going to go back left to Jerry Jordan.
Jerry Jordan, Performance Racing Network, and Kicking the Tires. Can you rate your season? You've had some good runs, and you've been up there, and then you've fallen back, but you seem to be turning things around up there. How do you like your season, and then you're looking forward into next year?
Yeah, I'd like to rate the different sections of the season. I feel like the first quarter of the season, we had some really strong performances, whether it be qualifying or racing, and we kind of hit an area where we stopped improving a little bit. And, Jack's been pretty candid about the things that we've gone through this season. And, I think he's been more than honest about our struggles. And, I think at the beginning of the year, we really shocked ourselves at how far we had come, the ground that we had made up. And nobody was complacent. It wasn't a matter of that. It's just hard to continue to make gains like that. So the middle of our season was not on fire like the beginning was. It wasn't what we wanted. We wanted to continue to improve and, make the chase. We were very close to that edge at the cutoff time. We were around 15th, 16th the whole time, and then with Buescher's win, Tony Stewart's win, it kind of bumped us back out. So, if we made the chase, I think I'd give us a little bit better ranking, but I feel like we've made huge improvements this year as an organization, as a team. My relationship with Matt Pusha has been very healthy, very good for our racing program, so we've been able to have some good success. But this last part of the season, we know it's crucial to get back on track, to get back to qualifying into the final round every time, to be able to run top 15 week in, week out, so that we can build on that going into off season and getting ready for February next year.
And follow up on a different issue. Next year, Stewart Haas Racing coming over to Ford. Have you guys thought about that as having extra cars to run with on the track?
Yeah, It's going to be very similar to our Penske relationship, I believe. I mean, we kind of talk in groups when we're with Ford, but apart from that, we kind of go our separate ways and develop our cars separately. So I'm sure it'll be very similar to that versus our relationship with RPM, where we have the same meetings together. So I think it's always great for Ford to have more horses in the stable that can go out and win races, and it's great for our brand. But for Roush Fenway specifically, it's going to be on our shoulders to turn it around. We can't depend on a relationship like that to pick us up and get the performance where it needs to be.
Any additional questions for Trevor? We'll go back to Daniel.
We have 3 races left in Tony Stewart's Sprint Cup career. I was wondering, over the last 4 or 5 years, do you have a quintessential memory of racing against Tony Stewart?
I've got a lot of Tony Stewart memories. I think everybody does, but I always give him a hard time about this one specifically. Back in 2011, before he won his last championship, we were at Chicago, and we're on pit road. Leonard Wood, myself, and Tony are standing there talking, and he's telling us how awful his race car is. I mean, he's going on kind of like Sonoma earlier this year. He's telling me how bad it is, and he goes out and wins the race, and then wins like 5 races out of 10 and wins the championship. And I'm like, man, I wish my car was that bad. So it seems like every time he tells me his car's awful, he goes out and wins the race, just like Sonoma this year on pit road during qualifying. So I always ask him how bad it is, and I give him a hard time about that all the time.
Any additional questions for Trevor? Trevor, thanks for taking the time to come and join us today, and best of luck on Sunday.
Thank you guys for having me.
Take care.